Thanks, Jose, for that kind introduction and, and no pressure, right? He's a good moderator and all that, I don't know about that. Well, it's great to be here. Good morning to all of you. I first of all want to congratulate Jose for the phenomenal work that him and his team are doing in this space of sustainability, conducting these conferences, not just this, the TIA Summit, which is going to be later in the year, much bigger event. I must admit that I myself have learned so much over the last 2 years attending these conferences and being part of it. And thanks to Jose and people like Jan who just spoke, I've learned so much about sustainability. I'm largely from the IT services industry, and as Jose said, I have other businesses, but I'm actually fascinated by what's going on in the sustainability space and what we should really be doing. So Jose has already sort of set the context for this session, which is spacetech, proptech, and infrastructure. Just 2 years ago, I was speaking at the TIA Summit, and I was saying that we in Bangalore, I'm from Bangalore, born and raised, we are sort of spoiled, that we don't really see very adverse weather conditions. We don't see tornadoes, earthquakes, flooding, etc., etc. Looks like I spoke too soon. Right after, November of 21, when I said that, in 22, you all know what happened. The flooding in Bangalore was unbelievable, right? And what caused that? A lot of it is related to the buildings and the structures that we have been, building without thinking, right? So just the rains that are happening, unusual rains, unseasonal rains, flooding, now it's all becoming a part of Bangalore too. So I better be careful what I say this year. We all know that climate change is for real. I think through the day you will probably see many things that will confirm that. And cities, by and large, are the key contributors to this climate change. Despite accounting for less than 2% of the Earth's surface, cities consume over 78% of the world's energy and produce over 60% of the greenhouse emissions. By 2050, about 68% of the global population is expected to live in cities, and 1 in every 2 Indians are expected to live in cities by then. These are very scary numbers. India is expected to surpass China as the most populous nation in the world. This poses a challenge for sustainable development, but also poses opportunities for innovation in these space, like proptech and infrastructure. There's a lot of technology that is coming in which will sort of help in this place. About 30 years ago or a little over that, flying into Bangalore, I would see a green carpet. But today, all we see is concrete. So how are we going to deal with all this? Space technology is another area which is going to be very interesting. Data from space imagery is going to be very interesting as well. India's construction industry is one of the fastest growing industries in the country and also a significant contributor to the country's economy, but is also responsible for a significant amount of environmental pollution and resource depletion. There are very number of sustainable practices in the construction industry: green building design, use of eco-friendly construction materials, solar power, rainwater harvesting, waste management, energy efficient lighting, use of green roofs, etc. There's also a lot of innovation: use of recycled materials, modular construction, design of disassembly, extended producer responsibility, collaborative consumption, and green demolition, etc. The circular economy offers significant opportunities for Indian construction industry to improve resource efficiency, reduce waste, and minimize environmental impact. But it's still all in very early stages, but we have a lot to look forward to. So we have a number of speakers today who are going to talk. I think they are the experts and we should really listen to them. And they're going to talk about some of the cool things that are happening in India and in all the areas that we just spoke about.